Hi, good morning. This is Natalie with the Mago de Yoga, here to bring you some more yoga. Today we're doing beginner. Every Saturday I try to focus on more beginner entry-level yoga, and this month we've been focusing on balancing. Well, we just started actually last week, so today and then next week we're going to be giving a little bit more focus into balancing. And kind of what I talked about last week was finding your focus and really focusing on the mental portion of the balancing, because you got to think up, you got to think you can do it, you got to believe more in yourself in order to maintain that balance. Because if you think fall, you think you might be stumbling, your body's going to go that direction. Your body is going to follow your mind's direction. So we're going to find that focus, find the drishti, which means focus. It kind of find that focal point. You can physically find one where you stare it down, an unmoving spot, to help you find that balance, and eventually it'll become more just kind of a full mind focused, where it doesn't matter if things are moving in front of you, you can still keep your balance. And so that's the goal of slowly practicing, working our way into finding our drishti, finding our balancing. But before we do that, we're going to get a little bit more warmed up. So I'm going to go ahead and find my way back to the mat. And while I do that, if you could give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, that helps me out a ton. I'd be really appreciative. All right, so go ahead and we'll start seated and we'll warm our way up into standing, going through some sun A, maybe a sun B, and then some balancing practice. All right, so go ahead and shut down the eyes. We'll just start with a breathing focus. Big inhale, take it in through the nose and down into the stomach. Big breath. And then open mouth, ha breath. Let it go. Earlier in January, we learned about pranayama breath, which is big inhale in through the nose, but then as you exhale, it's a ha breath, like you're sighing it out. Do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. One more time, big breath. And then let it go. All right, go ahead and take your arms up, get a nice big stretch. And then we're going to move over into a tabletop pose. So you're putting your hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly under hips. And then as you inhale, you're going to drop your stomach and you're going to lift your chest, getting a back bend. And then exhale, you're going to go the opposite direction, pulling the pelvis in, arching the back, looking back towards your thighs. Do that again. Big inhale, drop that stomach, lift that chest, look up. Exhale, go back, arch that back, look back towards your thighs. One more time, big breath. And exhale, arch. And we'll go down into a brief child's pose. Bring your big toes together, keep the knees wide, sink your hips back towards your heels as best as you can, and then lower the body down. And relax, take a breath. Big inhale, try to take the breath all the way down the back so you're feeling your stomach and lower back expand when you inhale. And exhale it out. One more time, big breath. And release. Then go ahead and inhale yourself back up to that tabletop pose, and then we're going to come into plank. So if this is too much, you can stay down on your knees, but try to come up into plank if you can. And then you're going to push the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. So my hips are up and back, pushing my chest towards my thighs. My neck is loose, so my face is looking back towards my knees. Last week we mentioned drishti is in every pose. So my focus right now is just kind of back toward the back wall. Keep breathing. Take a big breath. And then start to bend the knees. Look forward, step forward into your forward fold. Knees are bent. Inhale, come up for that half lift. Exhale, takes it back down. Inhale, raise it up. Get a nice big stretch, palms together and down to heart center. Exhale it out. We're going to find our mountain pose. So here's where we start to practice our balancing while we are actually firmly planted in the ground. So press down all four corners of the feet, pull up through the thighs, pull up in through the stomach and rib cage, lifting up, roll those shoulders down and back. And go ahead and keep the eyes open, focusing gently in front of you. And when you inhale, think of lifting up, and exhale, grounding down. Do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, release. All right, next inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold, plant the hand, step it into your plank pose. And then lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale it up for an upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Take a couple breaths, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time, one more big breath. And release. And start to bend those knees again. Look forward, step forward into your forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Just pushing that booty out, nice flat back. Exhale it back down. Inhale, lift it up. Nice big stretch, palms together. And down to heart center. We'll just take a couple breaths, focusing on the lift and the focal point in mountain. Big inhale. Release. One more time, big breath, really pulling up. And then pressing down as you exhale. Next inhale, take the arms up. Nice big stretch. Forward fold it, plant the hands and step it into your plank pose. You'll lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale it up for an upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing. And we're going to start our sun B. So remember, if we're going to go right leg first, then actually the left leg comes up a little bit, just a little first, little half step, heel to the ground at an angle. And then when you have that set, step the right leg up just a little ways on the opposite edge of the mat. Short step, short stance. When you have it all set, inhale, bring that body up. And then you can adjust, making the stance a little bit wider if you want to. Being careful not to push too far forward on the front knee, but pulling back enough so that the knee is just, or the shin is straight up and down. Nice big lift, big inhale. Exhale, ground it down. One more time, big inhale, lift it up. Exhale, ground. Then on the next inhale, you'll do one more stretch, and then exhale at forward fold. Step that back foot up to meet the front in a forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, reach it up. Get that stretch, palms together, and down to heart center. Find your mountain. Take one big breath. Let it go. Then inhale, take the arms up, and we're going to have a seat into chair. So bend those knees, squat down, keep the chest lifted. Pull your tailbone in so you're not sticking that booty out too far. Pull it in. Keep breathing. Take one more big breath. The next inhale, pull it up. Push those hips forward, lift that chest, get a back bend. Exhale, forward fold and plant the hands. Step it into your plank pose. Lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale for an upward facing dog. Then exhale it back. Downward facing, take a breath. One more time, big breath. Find your down dog. Still feeling that lift up and back, pulling the chest in toward the thighs. And then we're going to start coming in on the left side for our warrior one. So step the right foot up first, dropping it down at a slight angle, and then step the left foot up just a little ways at the opposite edge of the mat. And when you're ready, inhale the body up. And then adjust as you need, making sure the hips stay squared to the front. Back heel is still planted on the mat. Nice short stance, or however long it feels okay on your body. Get a big inhale, lifting up, stretch it up. Exhale, grounding down one more time. Big breath up. Exhale, let it go. And you'll breathe up one more time and exhale it all the way down, planting the hands and stepping the back foot up to meet the front for your forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, raise it up. Nice big stretch, palms together, down to heart center. One big breath in our mountain. And then take those arms up high and squat it down into our chair one more time. We'll take just a couple breaths. Remember to keep that tailbone tucked, arms and chest lifted, gaze gently in front of you. One more breath. Then next inhale, push it up. Push hips forward, lift the chest, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to hang out in the forward fold for just a second. So keep those knees bent, stomach connected to thighs. Loosen up that neck, looking back toward the knees. One more time, take a breath in the forward fold. The next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, raise it up. Nice big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. All right, take a moment to ground into your mountain. We're about to start our balancing. Forgot to bring my phone over here, so I have to keep an eye on the time. All right, so we're gonna back it up a little bit today on our balancing. Well, last week was a lot of explanation, but all we're gonna do today for now is we're gonna start by just grounding down into the leg. So we're gonna raise our right leg first, but don't focus on that. First, focus on putting more pressure on the left side and just raising the knee. My toes are still gonna be planted on the ground. I'm gonna take my arms up, holding them up high. If this is uncomfortable, you can bring them back down to heart center or even just at your sides. So find where you want your arms placed and then find your drishti, your unmoving spot. We're going to take a couple breaths. Real simple right here. If you really want to, though, you can go ahead and raise that knee. If you want to find that challenge right now, you can. Otherwise, just breathe. Big inhale. Focusing on the lift. Exhaling, pressing down. Do that again. Big inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pressing down to the left side, coming up gently on those toes on the right side. Another one. Big breath. Relax. Okay, go and let that foot down. Get a big stretch and forward fold it. Take a moment, take a breath in your forward fold. Remember to connect the stomach to thighs. Neck is loose. Take a breath. Then inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, raise it up. Nice big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. All right, going to focus on the other side. So start to ground down into the right leg. Pressing down firmly, popping the left knee up, just coming up on the toes, taking it nice and slow. If you want to go ahead and come into the knee raise, if this is real easy for you, that's fine too. Otherwise, just come up on the toes, keep this foot planted, nice and firm, big breath. And again, arms wherever you want them. Do a couple more of those. Nice big breath, finding that focal point, envisioning lifting up and grounding down with the exhale. One more time, big breath. And release. All right, inhale those arms up, nice big stretch. Exhale, come forward into your forward fold. Take a breath in the fold, making sure the neck is loose. You're looking back toward the knees. The next inhale, you'll come up halfway. Exhale it down. Then inhale it all the way up. Coming into your stretch, palms together and down to heart center. All right, so that's a good way to practice balancing if you're really struggling. And then as we get into something a little more advanced, if you need something to like hold on to give you a little extra balance, you can do that, whether it's a wall, just something stable that's not going to fall over if you accidentally fall over. And also don't be afraid to tip over. It's totally fine. I do it live on camera as your instructor all the time. So don't be afraid of it. It's okay. But just think lifting. Think control of the lifting leg. It's flying, it's free, while the planted leg is stable and strong. It all starts mentally as we also build up the muscles in our legs to keep us stable. All right, so we're going to come into a higher knee raise this time. So when you're ready, start to plant that left side down, popping up that right knee. Arms can go wherever you want them, up or at heart center or to your sides. And then when you're ready, take an inhale, lift that leg up. And just hold it in knee raise. If this is too much, you can bring it back down. Just touch those toes. Maybe start tapping them. Trying to find that balance. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths in this one. Big inhale. Really stretching it up. And planting it down with the exhale. Couple more breaths. Big inhales. I'm sorry, one last breath. Exhale it out. Go ahead and plant that foot down. Nice big stretch. Exhale it down, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, raise it up. Get your stretch, palms together and down to heart center. As we go into the other side, so planting your right leg down firmly, feeling that strength in the right side as you pop the left knee up, giving it the leverage to fly around. So when you're ready, inhale, bring that knee up, knee raise. And again, same option here. If you want to just tap the toes down, if you're struggling with the balance, totally fine. Find where your challenge exists. Maybe you're stretching the leg out if this is easy for you, whatever it is. Just find your drishti, find your focal point. Big inhale. Exhale it out. Do that again. Big inhale. Exhale. All right, go ahead and get that big stretch. And then you'll exhale it, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Then inhale, raise it up. Palms together and down to heart center. All right, we're going to try to up the difficulty level one more time. One or two more times, we'll see. Go ahead and plant that left leg down again, popping up on the right knee. Find where you want your arms to go and raise that leg up. And then you're going to take it out to the side. We're not coming into tree. We're just opening up the leg to the side. And you can hold on to it. And then I suggest using the left arm as a counterbalance, stretching it out to the side. So it's kind of like you're in a T position. And then breathe. If this is too hard, you can bring those toes down. Still have the option to just tap it on this side. Just believe in your strength. Believe in the raising up. Big inhales. Do that again. Another big breath. Find your focus one more time. And let it go. All right, go ahead and drop that knee down. Coming back in to a mountain pose. Get a stretch and then exhale it down, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale all the way up. Get your stretch, palms together, down to heart center. All right, we're going to do the other side. Planting down firmly into the right leg. Believing in the strength on the right side, popping that left knee up, getting your arms up, or wherever you want them. And then when you're ready to lift that knee up and take it out to the side, same option. You can still tap it. If this is a little bit too challenging, that's fine. Maybe you have a wall where you're balancing on. You can stretch that right arm out. Maybe hold on to your knee with the left side and breathe. Find that focal point. We'll take a couple breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Let it go. One more time. Big breath. And release. Go ahead and drop that knee down. Get a nice big stretch. Planting both feet down firmly in mountain. Exhale, forward fold it. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Inhale, raise it up. Get a nice big stretch, palms together and down to heart center. All right, I'm going to show y'all, I think, one more thing. It's optional if you want to do it. You have time, so let's do it. Go ahead and start planting down on that left side again. I'm going to actually do this one sideways at first. You're going to pop the right knee up, and this time, just kick it back behind you. And if this is already too much, you can just stay right here. Don't move anything. Maybe you're still tapping the toes here. But if you can, try to reach down with the right leg and grab it. This is the beginning of another stance, and then you're going to stretch out your left arm. And this is as far as we'll go. If this is too much, again, you can keep things all like centered in, squished in like this to keep your balance. Maybe you're holding onto the wall. Whatever you need to do. I'm going to take a couple breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. You're finding that unmoving spot, staring it down, searching for that focus as you inhale, envisioning yourself raising. Exhale, grounding down. All right, go ahead and release. Get a nice big stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, raise it up. Get your stretch, palms together and down to heart center. We're going to do the other side. So start to ground down into your right leg, popping that left knee up. And then again, you have the option if you want to just kick it back behind you, maybe tapping the toes, trying to find your balance this way. Instead of bringing it forward, we're taking it back behind us. If you can, go ahead and try to reach back with that left arm, grabbing the foot. And I'm grabbing the inside edge of the foot, getting a little extra nice shoulder rotation. But however you want to grab it for now is fine. You can stretch out that right arm if that feels okay. This is another option. You don't have to do this again. You can keep it all centered and tight, helping that balance stay in one place. But if you can do this. Take a couple breaths. Big inhale. Finding your balance, finding that unmoving spot. Building that strength on the standing leg. Big inhale. Raising up. Exhale, planting down. All right, go ahead and release that leg. Get a nice big stretch. And exhale, forward fold it. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale it down. Then inhale, raise it up. Palms together and down to heart center as you find your mountain. We'll take a couple breaths in mountain. We're done. You can relax your mind now. We did a lot of practice with balance today. So planting those feet firmly, big inhale. Exhale, press down. Do that again, big inhale, lifting up with the mind. Exhale, pressing it down. You're going to inhale, take your arms up, and then if you can, we're going to come down into toe stand. So go ahead and start to bend those knees and sink down towards your heels. If you can't quite make it and you're stuck right here, that's fine. You're just going to get a little extra thigh work. But if you can, try to sink down all the way to your heels. If this does not feel good, don't do it. Yoga should not hurt. Challenge, yes, but not hurt. Take a breath if you made it to toe stand. Trying to find your balance here. If you come to the ground, that's okay. We're about to go there anyway. All right, go ahead and bring it down. Go ahead and butterfly those legs, bringing the soles of the feet together. Take a big inhale to straighten the back, and then exhale, fold it forward. We'll take a couple breaths here, focusing on the stretch. Got to check the time. Oh, I see my phone. All right, we're good. Take another big breath. And then next inhale, go ahead and bring it up. And you bring the knees together, kick the feet out in front of you. Maybe adjust so that you're on the top of your sits bones. Then inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. You can bend the knees a little bit. Again, it shouldn't hurt, just be a nice stretch. Find where it feels good. And take a few breaths in this fold. Relaxing in. Letting the mind relax. Breathe into the mind space. Down through the throat, into your stomach. And then exhale it all out, pushing the air out. All right, next inhale, go ahead and bring yourself up. And we're going to start to lay back on the mat. So we're going to do this, get a little bit of core activation if you want to. If this does not feel good on your back, then don't do this. Just kind of lay down a different way. But if you can, just keep the arms stretched out, slowly lowering the body down. Take your time. And then once you get there, get a nice big full body stretch. Stretch it out. And then start to relax it back down into the mat. As you do, bend the knees up in towards the chest and hug them in tight. Might rock side to side a little bit, massaging the spine. As you pull the legs in, take a breath. And go ahead and relax that grip on the knees. And you're going to plant the soles of the feet on the ground, keeping the knees bent. Then bring the right leg up, and you're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. And then you're going to come up off that left, first, if this is enough stretch, stay right here. But if you want a little bit more stretch, then you'll come up off the left leg, lifting it up, maybe even grabbing it with the hands until you feel a nice, comfortable stretch on your right leg. Again, it should be a comfortable stretch. So if this is too intense, lower the left leg down. Take another breath. All right, we're going to switch it out. So go ahead and plant both feet on the ground for starters. And then you're going to bring the left knee up and cross the left ankle over the right knee. And again, if this is already nice stretch for you, stay right here. Otherwise, bring that right leg up, finding the stretch that feels good on this leg. And take a few breaths. All right, go ahead and relax everything back down, planting the soles of the feet on the mat. You can pull those legs in, give them a nice big hug once again. Then take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall. Pause there, getting a lot of energy flowing through the legs, out through the soles of the feet. Keep breathing. Then you're going to start to bend those knees into the chest. Take those arms out to a T and take the knees over to one side, getting a nice twist. Make sure it feels good. If this twist is intense, come up off the shoulder. So I twisted my legs toward the left, so I'd come up off my right shoulder, making a little bit more of a gentle twist. If you want it to be more intense, you can kick the right leg off the left leg, extending it out. And then just take a few breaths, relaxing into your mat. And then you're going to slowly bring the knees back towards center. Then we're going to go the other way after letting the spine relax just for a second. And once it feels good, go ahead and drop the knees over to the other side. Finding where it feels good on this side, which might be different from the other side. So pay attention to your body and where the stretch feels good. And keep breathing. All right, go ahead and bring those knees back up to center. Relaxing the spine into the mat for a second. I'm going to take the feet straight up into the air for waterfall again. Pause briefly. And then we're going to start to lower down into Shavasana. Now, for Shavasana, if you don't want to lower this way, you can bend the knees back into the chest and stretch the feet out one at a time, whatever feels good on the back. Otherwise, we're going to get another core activation, slowly lowering the legs down. Taking your time. Keep breathing as you lower the legs until they finally hit the mat. And then relax everything. Maybe take another deep inhale breath, targeting anything that might still have a little tension. Do that again, another deep inhale. Pushing the stomach out and then exhale it all out. And slowly start to check on the body. Make sure the forehead is relaxed. There's no tension on the brow. Jaws unclenched. Your shoulders are relaxing down and back into the mat. Your body is becoming heavy. Your arms and your legs are heavy. You start to let your mind go for just a moment and relax, choosing to simply be present and grateful for the time. I'll call you back in just a few more moments. So relax. All right, go ahead and start to deepen those inhale breaths. Maybe circle wrists and ankles until you're ready for that full body stretch. Stretching arms overhead. And relax back down, bending the knees up. And rolling over until you're in a seated position. And then once you're up, just take a relaxing breath, maybe rolling the shoulders down and back. We'll do one more breath together. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Next inhale, bring those arms up. Palms together and down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. Practicing balancing together has been a lot of fun for me, so I hope you're enjoying it too. If there's something you'd want to see in the future, please leave a comment. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe as that supports me a lot. Otherwise, have a great and wonderful weekend. Namaste. All right, y'all. Thank y'all again, and I hope you have a good one. See you next time.